All righty. I think we are live. Jamie, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. We're just going to give it maybe another minute or so for the stragglers to join. There's always a few late folks who join the party, but it's all good. So in the meantime, just want to thank everyone for joining here. Folks on the West Coast, good morning. Hope you're enjoying your Starbucks coffee like Jamie is. Those on the East Coast, New York perhaps, bon appetit, enjoy your lunch. And then for those in the UK, I'm sure it's happy hour and you guys are probably drinking beers or having fun. So cheers. We're going to give it maybe another minute or so before we kind of get started. And really excited to kind of have everyone here today. And for a fun fact, this is actually Yotpo's first ever LinkedIn Live. So Jamie, thank you for being a guinea pig with me.
It's my first as well.
Yes? Oh, great. So it's a first for all of us. Hopefully it's not a total flop. And more importantly, hopefully for the viewers, it's an interesting session. So rest assured, everyone, this isn't going to be like a long thing. We're going to try and keep it at 15, 20 minutes. We have some really exciting updates to share. And I think we can jump right in. So everyone, thanks for joining. JD here from Yotpo's partner team. I've been in the company for 5.5 years. And I'm extremely excited to basically be here today with my co-hostess, Jamie Levy, to share some exciting updates. So Jamie, I would love for you to provide a quick intro on yourself. Before we do that, I'm going to kind of set the scene a little bit, why we're here, why you're here, and then we can jump right in. So the last year has been crazy. I think it's fair to assume that. And retail has flipped on its head. Brands have had to go in survival mode and figure out how we're gonna, not just sustain the business, but grow it. And about a year ago, we acquired SMS Bump, which was a Shopify first, top of the line SMS marketing product that basically joined the Yotpo family right before COVID. It was our second acquisition after Swell. And basically after, a few months of the acquisition, COVID hit. And over the last year, we've just seen an insane amount of growth from our Shopify customers through SMS marketing. And that's actually why we're here today, because we really believe in our Shopify partner ecosystem. We're a partner first company, and we really want our Shopify partners to get in on the SMS action and really learn about this new channel and really feel really comfortable testing it out for their clients. And so we're launching a very exclusive, super simplified package and plan for our Shopify community around our SMS product, essentially removing all barriers, where we want you guys as the agency partners and your clients to really test it out with no commitments, no annual licenses, no software license fees, really just the best possible rates, paying for usage only. And we're just incredibly excited to have Jamie here today from the Shopify side to share her thoughts and her experiences on the space. And so without further ado, Jamie, first, thank you for joining us. And I'd love if you could provide a couple sentences on your journey, your story at Shopify, a fun fact perhaps, and then we could jump right in.
Fun fact.
You can start.
I'm gonna start with the fun fact, and it's been my fun fact for a couple of years. I was the captain of my high school golf team. I love golf. It surprises a lot of people. I grew up in Chicago, and Deerfield High School, girls golf, 98, 99. Ooh. So thanks for having me. I'm Jamie Levy. I'm very excited to be here. I'm representing Shopify and talking about the importance of this and the Shopify ecosystem and our partnership with Yotpo. I've been with Shopify for almost 4 years. Previously, I was with another platform for 5 years. And before that, I was in the wild world of logistics. So I've been in the industry over a decade. I'm also a very good shopper. I'm a consumer myself. As JD said at the beginning, I'm based in Los Angeles. I head up merchant engagement at Shopify and lead an incredible team of individuals. And we create opportunities for brands to connect with each other and the right teams at Shopify. It's a lot of schmoozing, a lot of asking questions, hearing what brands are thinking, what they're thinking about testing, where they've skinned their knees. And creating opportunities for them to connect with each other to share that kind of information.
Awesome.
When you asked me to participate in this, I think that this is so important because in my entire career in commerce, I've recognized and truly appreciate the work that agencies do. I think there's this barrier to experimenting with a lot of brands that don't have an agency helping to guide and lead them along the way and tell them about some of the trends and everything. And so I really look at agencies as those strategic advisors to help guide the brands to even greater growth. And so I'm very excited to be here.
Awesome. We absolutely share the same thoughts and passion for our agency partners who play just a critical role in Yotpo's growth and the success of our customers. And which is why we're super excited to kind of get everyone involved here today on this new product, which we really feel extremely bullish on as like a game changer solution for brands. So just as a reminder for the newcomers who maybe missed an intro, we're here today to basically announce a new like special package for our SMS product, exclusively for our Shopify community, reducing, basically removing all barriers, no annual commitments, no license fees, just the best possible usage rates for you guys to test out SMS marketing as a marketing channel for your customers. And I guess let's jump into like the whole theme of mobile commerce. So Jamie, you mentioned that you've been in the industry for a while. It's fair to say you're a veteran. I'm not implying you're old.
I am.
No, you're not. But 10 years in commerce land is basically like dog years in real world. And I guess it's fair to assume that you've really been at the front row seat of just how some of the craziest brands have not just grown but survived and pivoted and really kind of transformed the way they engage with their customers. And I guess a good place to start is, what are you seeing as the biggest or most relevant trends in mobile commerce today?
It's funny. My husband works in television, and I've always thought about the massive differences in the industries, because in TV and in entertainment, there are those dinosaurs that people look to. There's like the Steven Spielbergs of the world, and we just don't have that in commerce. And I think there's no book. I'm sure you can buy one that says, this is how you can be successful in e-commerce. But the truth of the matter is, by the time something is published or even printed, it's out of date. And so every day brings new trends and they shift. And I think what I'm seeing is that the people that are really winning today are experimenting. They're taking different risks. They're figuring out new ways to communicate with their consumers and new ways to listen to their consumers and to just get into those types of conversations. And so it's not a transactional relationship anymore. I think with respect to mobile, I mean, no one needs to say the obvious that we are all looking at computer screens all day, let alone the fact that offices have closed and all of our meetings are like this. I don't know where everyone is dialing in from, but here in LA, we're slowly opening back up, but I'm not going into stores. And so there's not even those potential interactions with people in the brick and mortars. Everything is online now. And so, I mean, even since the beginning of this call, I had to silence a call that came through on my cell phone a couple of minutes ago. I don't know if it slowed me down at all, but when I get a text, it's like a great diversion from looking at the boxes on the screen. And so I do think that mobile commerce is more important now than ever. And I'm really excited for this to continue to take off.
It's funny you say that. It's up until a year ago, it was fair to state, for brands, it's all about location, location, location in the retail world. Sadly, it's now, not sadly, but it's the fact is it's all online now. And it's really now like, how are you going to capture attention and how are you going to retain that attention? And so we've seen that, delivering great experiences is obviously one thing, but delivering a super personal experience is another, and not easy to accomplish. Which is why we, are just incredibly excited about this marketing channel being a new way for consumers to engage with brands, for brands to engage with consumers. Sorry, the other way around. And so,
but it goes both ways.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually, you're right.
When the channel was first introduced, I think that there were a lot of brands that were concerned about diluting, their brand name, and there was talk about it being spammy, to use SMS as a channel. And I think that the brands that are experimenting and being really true to their brand voice are doing it well and aren't over leveraging the channel.
For sure. And on the spammy note, I think, it's very easy to correlate SMS marketing with like 4th of July special promo, hot dog emojis, and 50% discount. And it's really transcended so far and beyond that in terms of, as a first step, capturing that consumer data and really understanding customers. But also, whether it's transactional information, behavioral information, and then really delivering like an actual intimate experience, which is what consumers expect. Whether it's on the one-on-one conversational flows or with support, you're tracking your delivery, there's an issue. Support tickets are, one thing through email, but if it's in real time through SMS, it's another. Or you just hit your loyalty program status and you get a ping, great, you have access to all these like crazy, new benefits or levels of like exposure with the brand. And so it's critical for brands to basically be able to identify high value customers, low value customers, and deliver really segmented and personal experiences. And SMS, we've seen, just cuts through the noise if done well. And again, not to replace email. Email is not going to go anywhere. Just as a complementary channel in terms of be where your customers are and deliver that right message at the right time in a way that's like scalable as well.
And it can become conversational in a way that email can't. All of a sudden the messages can be really intimate and intentional, and not. You can send an email, and a lot of times when I receive promotional emails, I just assume they're going to millions of people. But if you engage in an actual two-way conversation, you can actually do that with mobile messaging, with SMS. There's a feeling of like it just gets personal. It's just no longer a transaction. It's not spray and pray, and you feel like there's human interaction you're participating in with an actual representative of the brand.
Totally. I'm going to pause there for anybody that just joined. The reason why we're here today with Jamie from Shopify is to really we're super excited to announce this SMS promo for our Shopify agencies exclusively, where we're removing all barriers to test it out, no software licenses, no annual commitments, just the best usage rates, no strings attached, to really help your brands get in on the action. And if you check out the link in the banner below, you'll find more information there. And I guess, Jamie, I have a really actually interesting question that I'm genuinely curious about, and I'm sure the broader forum is as well. So we talked about, what it takes for brands to really stay ahead of the curve, right? The theme is listen to your customers, understand what they want, understand how they want to be interacted with, engage them, over time in a really smart way. Don't just invest in acquiring these customers, really invest in the lifetime value of these customers. So when we take a step back, what does Shopify do at its core to really, make these bold investments that are going to really pave the way for commerce innovation in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's interesting. It's one of my favorite. That might be my favorite question to answer. I have young kids, and I always say, I hope that when they grow up, my kids can work at Shopify. I think, at Shopify's core, everything we do goes back to the mission to make commerce better for everyone. And having that as a North Star, I think, makes it really easy to make decisions and, to play the long game. This isn't a game, but because we're genuinely trying to make commerce better, not just for the largest brands, not just for the smallest brands, not just for people, that are falling somewhere in the middle. But I think that it's allowed our leadership team to make some very intentional investments and to try some different things. We also move incredibly fast. Having Toby as a leader, Toby Lutke, the founder of Shopify. When I decided to leave the previous platform, I said I never want to work somewhere that isn't founder led. The founder isn't very much still involved in day-to-day understanding. See, my phone's going off. Here we are with mobile. I
hope it's not the mother-in-law, by the way.
It could be. Sorry, Helene. With Toby being so in it, you can jump into a Slack channel and Slack channel. Toby's in it. He's really understanding. He's very passionate about speaking directly to users of the product, our UX team, our product team. We are constantly inviting in that two-way conversation. And I think that because it starts from Toby, and the reason that Shopify was created in the first place was because Toby wanted to sell snowboards online, and he couldn't find software that allowed him to easily do it. And so he built it. And, like it was sort of an accidental product company. And I think that there are some parallels in a lot of the partnerships that we have, those very strong partnerships with other organizations that are founder led. And from what I understand, Yotpo is right there at the top.
Totally. Thanks for that. You say your mission is your North Star, which is a really kind of core mission statement. And for us, Shopify is our hands down our most important strategic partner. And a lot of the decisions we make are to make commerce better for Shopify merchants. And with that, we also apply the same ethos that brands would in really listening to their customers, where, we've done 2 acquisitions now, and we don't do them randomly. Like, we do them by listening to our merchants and what their pain points are and how they perceive growth and what their tech stack is going to look like 5 years from now, and how, they don't want necessarily 15 different technologies that don't interact powering their e-commerce solution. They want a unified customer journey, data synergy, understanding their customers' behaviors and segmenting them. So totally aligned in terms of like what Shopify's mission statement is, and in terms of like providing a deeply connected ecosystem of partners, where same for us, we have over 100 integrations with different technology companies, ranging from email to on-site to subscriptions. And this is where we see a lot of like crazy success with SMS, where you can basically engage these customers throughout these different touch points, but through the most impactful channel that really cuts through the noise. And so I don't want to kind of keep banging that drum, but we're super excited about this kind of product, that the partnership with Shopify. It's a Shopify first product. Again, for those that are just joining or a little bit late to the party, you can see the URL at the bottom. We have a landing page that showcases details on this new package for Shopify agencies. For anybody that wants to drop questions, please, I encourage you guys to do so. And I guess,
JD, I'm curious about something that you said, but also, when you're talking about the integrations, I'm curious what some of those integrations are, because I genuinely don't know. But another part of the way that we think at Shopify is, let us do what we do well, which is the product staying in the background. When you go to a site that's using Shopify, unless you're looking, you don't know that it's Shopify. And so, we stay in the background. We make it possible for people to sell online and in store, and across different channels. But there are a number of different ways that people, and a number of different partnerships and vendor relationships that people can enter into. I'm curious what some of those integrations are that where Yotpo does integrate.
For sure. So at its core, it's the Shopify integration, which is the deepest and best integration from all the other SMS solutions out there, capturing over 35 data points, whether it's transactional data, consumer behavioral data, and really kind of making it really easy for brands to have access to that information and how to better segment their customers from there. So that is at its core. And then
in 10 years of having these conversations directly with brands, founders, people that work for these brands, at the end of the day, what everyone wants is data.
Correct. Absolutely. And if you don't own that data, if you don't even access that data, you're kind of shooting in the dark, bidding on ads all day. And so that's kind of to answer your question. At the core, the Shopify integration, which we think is, and really believe, and our merchants can testify to it, is like the strongest out there. And then it's the integrations and really the synergy across all of Yotpo's products, which is really the consolidation of the tech stack, where standalone solutions can provide the Yotpo, the reviews product or loyalty referrals or SMS standalone, incredibly robust, but even better together. Meaning all accessible from one admin, and really understanding, okay, cool, this customer left a 5-star review. This is the customer that should, refer a friend, not 3 months later when they stumble in your referral program. Or this customer is a high value purchaser, comes back a lot. Let's trigger an SMS campaign for this customer with like bigger benefits and discounts to some special promo. And then really connecting the dots across all these different product customer journey experiences and delivering it with like an elegant product solution. So that's, there's the Shopify integration, there's like across Yotpo different product integrations, and then there's with our awesome technology partners, like on the subscription side, like our recharge integration is awesome. Subscriptions is huge for consumers today, especially since we're all home. We all have predicting buying habits. And so with SMS now, you can basically trigger pre-built flows on when you have an upcoming payment or an upcoming subscription renewal coming up. Whether it's on the help desk side, this is my personal favorite, where it totally removes this spammy connotation of SMS, where we have awesome integrations with Zendesk, with Gorgeous, where you can engage with customers one-on-one on the experience, for positive or negative, through SMS. And that is crazy to be able to do in a scalable way that is in unison with how your support team works and how these guys are going to be, how these consumers tie into your loyalty program after, and how you understand what that experience is. And then so we have tons of integrations today, and we always have like an exciting roadmap of other third-party integrations that are out there. And I think just in the interest of time, because we're already hitting the 20-minute mark, and I know that you and I could probably talk about this for the next 5 hours, and we don't want to bore everyone. So I guess I'd love to open the floor for questions. I know we've had a few coming in, and we, let me see. Great. So getting familiarized with the live stream thing. So just popped up a question on the screen. Is it easy to set up SMS bump? What's needed for my clients to get up and running? Super easy. So as many things are in the Shopify world, it's designed for an easy onboarding experience. And so the integration is basically out of the box. And then we have our SMS strategist team, client service managers. We have really great, self-service plans, as well as kind of the more hands-on, experience with the SMS experts on the Yotpo side. And we also have agency partners that manage SMS for our clients, because we really, at the end of the day, they're the marketing experts, and we really want to empower them to really kind of pave the way for innovation for clients. Let me see if there's any other questions. Okay, we kind of touched on this one, SMS being a little bit spammy. I think, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I think there's been a lot of evolution around how brands can engage with customers through SMS in a much more sophisticated, support-driven way. So the help desk integrations with Gorgeous or Zendesk, for example, are a great use case. Tracking your delivery, having really sophisticated welcome flows where, I want to be educated about potential products that might be interesting to me. So SMS is a great channel to do that through as well. So yeah, there's lots of value there for customers as well. And I think just in the interest of time, let's see if there's any more questions. So there's still quite a few here. So basically, Jamie, I think we're good to kind of slowly tie a bow on this, because I know we're almost at the 25-minute mark. I just want to remind everyone that the reason why we're here today is we've launched a very exciting promotional plan for our Shopify partner community for SMS. We're removing all barriers, making it super easy, basically, to test it out with no license fees, no annual commitments, just usage rates at the best possible rates. And so there's details on the promo banner, on the URL at the bottom. Feel free to reach out to your Shopify partner manager, or reach out anytime through any medium that you guys want. And Jamie, I guess I just really want to thank you. It was super awesome to have you here. It's always great to see you. Frankly, I'm a little bit jealous that Martin Bodie recently relocated to LA to join your side of the coast.
Come on, the water's warm. You're welcome to come.
My wife now to relocate, because now we're in Miami, but it sounds like LA is the place where it's at. So I'm really excited about your upcoming new role with kind of everything you guys have cooking, and really grateful for your time. So thank you very much for being a part of this and the partnership.
Thanks for having me, and thanks to all the agencies and individuals that have logged on. I'm so excited to see this continue and to see more brands leverage this medium.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Feel free to check out the URL at the bottom for more information. And I look forward to seeing you guys hopefully in real life soon, and if not, through Zoom or live streams and who knows what. So have a great day, great rest of the week, and stay well, everybody.